website right now and download my free course on alternate picking mastery. It contains 5 essential exercises that will take you to alternate picking mastery faster than you can imagine. And then I've included my method of how to lay out a practice plan in just 1 to 2 minutes that will absolutely boost your results like nothing you ever tried before. So go download it right now. It's free. Hey, 2-1-2 shapes. Laying out 4-note arpeggios where you follow a rule of 2 notes on one string, 1 on the next, 2-1 on the next, and then, as it goes. So let me just kick out that system, which is in modal mastery and is the whole basis of that system, and learning these arpeggios is just so freeing because it has some very important advantages. And I'm going to show you a little cool poorly played, but a little cool sequence that you can do with these shapes just to get you started on the concepts here. But I was taught when I started out with arpeggios that, okay, you have 5 cage shapes of the major scale or the minor scale, same thing. And in order to learn the arpeggios of that scale, you simply just mark out the notes of the first arpeggio shape, the C major 7th, in the first shape. Then you mark out the notes of the D minor 7th. Right, and the E minor within that shape. And then that gives you 7 different arpeggio shapes within the first case shape. And then 7 uniquely different, visually different, picking hand different shapes in the second cage shape. And so you go on, right? So you get 35 different arpeggio shapes that all requires to use different picking. And I hated that, right? So I came up with this simple system of laying the arpeggios out. So you have 2 notes on the first string, 1 on the next, 2 notes on the next, and then 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? So you get these kind of... And that, requires the same picking pattern every single time, or hammer-ons and pull-offs, whatever you want to do, but it's the same each and every time. And that's the first crucial and very important advantage, is that it really frees you up. If you learn one arpeggio shape, one little 2-1-2 shape on 3 strings, then you can, with the same picking pattern, play all other 2-1-2 shapes, all other 4-note arpeggios, and I mean all of them, right? So, in this little video here, I'm going to teach you how to just play what I just played here, where you have 2 2-1-2 shapes that are linked together. You can play them, in an entire arpeggio, or you can take 3 string shapes where you have 2 1-2 notes, and then you can link them together across the fretboard, and you can go download the charts so you can see these shapes, how they tie together. And the tabs for this lesson on our website. Just click the link below if you are watching this on YouTube. But the advantages are many, and in these next 3 videos, this one and the next 2, I'm going to just show you a couple of what you can do with this. And I'm sure your own imagination is going to be, what if I, and what my head said when I started, what my mind said to me was, what if I laid out every single 7-note arpeggio across the neck in that diatonic scale, and I started practicing going back and forth between them all, and I developed sequences within these arpeggios, and I expanded them with a 3rd note, and all kinds of stuff happened in my mind that just allowed me to create the program which is called modal mastery. Why is it called that when we're talking arpeggios? Because arpeggios are the basis of playing any mode. As you can see if you watch any of my other videos on modes on YouTube. And I really recommend that you do, because I'm all fired up about this subject, because I understood nothing when I started learning this. And it's so useful and such an incredibly important thing to understand, but most sources explain it in a very non-useful way, in my perspective. So go do that, and then look into this cool little thing here, and then start developing it once you have it down. So let's have a look at it. That's the first little exercise here, and I've laid out all the other patterns in the charts that you can download with this lesson, all the way down to the E string. But what we're doing here is basically using a lot of little techniques to make this happen, which makes it a very comfortable thing to play. I'm up here in the 15th fret. We have an A minor 2-1-2 shape, A minor 7th. Right? That's the whole shape. If you go right down to the A string and stack 2-2-1-2 shapes on top of each other. But let's just look at just single 2-1-2 shapes here and how they really link together in the most amazing way. The first one here is in the 12th fret, first finger 12th fret, fourth finger in the 15th fret on the high E string. You pick that with an upstroke, that high note there, and pull off down to the 12th. And then you hit the 13th fret with your second finger with an upstroke again, right? And then you hit the 14th fret with an upstroke as well, but now on the G string and the third finger. So you go. So you get that little, you have a sweep right here from the B to the G, and then you have a little break because you do a pull off, so you get in the right hand. Once you get down to the G string and the 14th fret, you pull off from the third finger to the first finger in the 12th fret. So you go. Right? Okay, so that's it. That's the first one. And you can, of course, continue in the other direction. You can go. Let me just play that for you slowly. So. And then sweep down on the other way, right? But when I do this, I actually hit the bottom note in the 12th fret on the G string. I hit that with a downstroke, so I go. And then I do a hammer on and continue in the other direction. And then down, down, and then up again here. And then I continue around. So look at the picking hand here. And that gives me a perfect little symmetrical picking pattern where I go, right, up, and then a little break, right? Right, so I go, and that's a perfect little practice loop that you want to spend, hours with. Right, where you really combine the hammer-ons and pull-offs and the picking and the everything. And because you can have your fingers stay in one place and you can go back and forth like that, you can pretty easily practice it with a metronome. That's my oral metronome here. And then once you have it up to speed, at just this speed here, and you don't think about it that much anymore. You basically taught your brain to do all the motions. Then you hit the couch, lean back, slouch back, and then just do thousands of repetitions like that, and then you will absolutely you will get it up to speed. So let's do the next one. Just we can see how they combine. We did the descending version here, all right? And then we want to go to the next pattern here, and we have two notes on the B string. Again, we have 2, 1, 2. So we got the 10th and the 13th fret on the B string. And I'm hitting that, in this case, with a downstroke, because I come from this. So I get a sweep downwards, but we'll look at that in a second. So downstroke in the 13th fret, pull off down to 10th on the B string. Then an upstroke in the 12th fret with your second finger on the G string. And then 14th fret D string with an upstroke as well, with your fourth finger. All right, and then you hit the 10th fret with a downstroke. So you go. And then a downstroke in the 10th fret on the D string. And now we go in the other direction. We go like we did. Same thing exactly. So I go up, up, down, and then hammer on back to the 14th fret, second finger 12th fret, downstroke, and then 10th fret, first finger downstroke. And then I hit the last note on that string with an upstroke, because that leads me to this again here, the first pattern where I started with an upstroke. So I go, right? Okay, so now let's do both together. Let's go. Yeah, you end with a downstroke, and then you go directly to the other pattern with a downstroke as well. So you get that downward sweep, right? So, and then just try that descending version. All right? And then you hammer on. Right? So you go pick that, and then hammer on to the 14th, downstroke, 12th fret, downstroke, and then upstroke on the last note of that 2-on-2 pattern to the 13th fret, and then right back to the first pattern again with an upstroke. Hammer on, and then I'll be sure to include tabs for this that you can download on the website. Just click the link below the video if you're watching this on YouTube. Right? And you can really get some, once you have this up to speed, which is a cool little loopable exercise, right? You add this, you start practicing this. Notice the fingering here. Right? You start looping this as well, same technique. Right? And then you, right? And then you start combining them. It feels really awesome. But you can skip the whole hammer-ons and pull-offs part as well. You can simply go down, up, 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 down, down, up, 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 down, up, down, 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 up, down. Right? And then you get a perfect sweep picking pattern until you get to the bottom. Then you have to do a hammer on if you want to continue with the sweep picking, or you can go, you know. So you get a little bit of alternate picking at the bottom when you turn it around, but right? So these fit together like perfect pieces of a puzzle. So really focus on this, because once you have just one little pattern down, then it'll be so much easier to get it, you know, play major 7th arpeggios, minor 7th, minor 7th flat 5 arpeggios, whatever you want to do. Right? So that was it. Let's take this to the next level in the next video. So look out for that, and then practice this with total focus and a lot of repetitions. Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.